Hey everyone, how's it going today? I'm doing well. So I was driving to work this morning and Kenny Rogers came on the radio. And the person who I thought of first was my dad, because my dad loved Kenny Rogers. And my mom, she loved Fleetwood Mac. Weird, hey, how some music can kind of set you off in a different direction. I talked to my dad today and I asked him, I said, Dad, do you remember um, Kenny Rogers? He said, Yeah. I said, Did you enjoy listening to Kenny Rogers? He said, Yeah. I said, Dad, I said, let's talk about before you met Mom. I said, let's talk about, we'll land up in Fish Lake possibly. But I said, how old were you when you left home? He said, I was 15 years old when I left home. And I said, so why did you leave home? Did you not want to be, working in the orchards, like your dad did for, so many years? He said, no, he wanted a real job. So him and three buddies, he told me their last name. I want to say Burke. They left and they went to Williams Lake and to find work, and they didn't find work right away. But one of the boys that they met there, their dad hired them on. And that's how my dad ended up in Fish Lake. Now, Fish Lake was a logging camp, and my mom, her mom, cooked in that logging camp. And my mom would come to that logging camp when school would be out, because my mom went to school in the dorms in the Williams Lake area. I wish I could find some of those pictures, but a lot of things got thrown out when my mom passed away. You wouldn't think that you'd want pictures of the dorm that she grew up in with her cousins and such, and her best friends that were her best friends till she passed away or they passed away. But anyways, yeah, so that was kind of a really interesting conversation that I had with my dad. And you always wonder what would have been different if my dad hadn't gone to Williams Lake. I would not be here. I would not have had sisters. I would not have the kids or the grandkids that I have today. I wouldn't have the friends I have today. I wouldn't exist, pretty much. Hmm. I realize today that I have a lot of chaos in my life. And a lot of that chaos brings a lot of a loss of joy. And you got to think about what one needs to do to reduce chaos and increase that joy. We live around so much negativity today that when you lose certain things in your life, you become a very negative person. And joy is the hardest thing to put back in your life because we don't know how to do that. We don't know how to do joy. The class that I was taking today, it had a bit of a workshop thing in it. And she said, close your eyes and imagine the happiest you've ever been in your life. And the happiest The happiest feeling that I myself have ever had is when I'm holding a grandbaby and they're just got their little wet little kisses all over you and they're giving you their hugs, and that's the best feeling in the entire world. And there's nothing better than that joy, that kindness, that loving, that, you know, but then you also have sadness in there because you would wish that the rest of the world could give you what that baby is giving you, what that child is giving you at that moment. It's just something to think about. We just need more kindness, more love, more joy, less negativity. Yeah, so that's kind of my life. It was a full moon last night, and my daughter is moving today and tomorrow. And the nicest thing about this full moon is it is a good moon. Um, so she's going to be okay where they're going. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good move for them, finally to be in a house where their children have lots of room to run around, and it's fenced so you don't have to worry about somebody's car or dog biting or hitting them. Oh, yeah. You know, we as humans, we just play emotional ping pong with ourselves. Hey, you have some days you're good, some days you're bad. And then you got some days that there's nothing but nuts out there. The other day, I don't even remember. Oh, I was driving on the Anthony Henday, 2 lanes, heading to the West End to go to my friend Mary's. And some guy passed me on the shoulder and he just about hit the bridge. Wish he would have. And there was an Airstream beside me and myself. Everybody was going the speed limit. But this guy was going probably 150 miles an hour. Where are the cops when you need them? Not only did he pass wrongly, he was being chased by a black car who did a whistle Dixie between the Airstream and me, and between the two of them trying to catch this clown. Yeah, that's the kind of world we live in today. And you wonder why so many people get shot. It's probably a drug dealer chasing and somebody owes them money. It's been a lot of deaths in the last week. People overdose and stuff. You just kind of wonder, but it's spring. That happens in the springtime. More people out, your street people who migrate to the warmer, come here, and they come into the city for the carnivals and that, but there's no carnivals, so they end up just sleeping in the parks and living on the streets, and it's a vicious cycle for them. I knew a fella from Vancouver Island. He lived with his sister in the Spit area. Beautiful home, just gorgeous home. I would go visit her, and her brother would be there, and he would come to Edmonton every spring to live the spring, the summer, and the fall here, and then would go back to his sister's to get healthy again, to do it all over again. And I asked him, why do you do that? And he said, why not? I love nature. That's what I like to do. What do you like to do in the spring, the summer, or the fall, or the winter for that matter? We all have different likes and dislikes. We all find joy differently. I find joy holding a baby. With that said, love you. Be kind. Be the kindest person you can be, that you can be today, to make someone else's life more joyful. Peace, peace, peace.